Hello everyone and welcome to Moonlighter. This game bears a great resemblance to VSeeFace. However, unlike VSeeFace where the dungeon is optional, this one is very much required, as the way to clear this game is to clear all dungeons. As usual, I have spent roughly 5 hours trying out and making sure I learned the early game mechanics. This one is, well, it's fully a keyboard game, so there might be a bit of stumbling around. Well, I'm not as used to a keyboard control as I am with a mouse control. Among the stars of the night, there is a land as old as imagination. One night, mazes full of extraordinary treasures and deadly creatures appear in this land. They call them the dungeons, strange, ever-changing ruins of unknown lands. Soon a village of the slightly curious took root near the dungeons. This they named Renoka. Among the settlers, two groups shined brightest, heroes and merchants, glory and riches. But the dungeons proved too dangerous. They were soon closed as too many lives were lost in their depths. Life became hard for the town, especially for the young owner of the oldest shop, Will of Moonlighter, long dreaming of opening the mysterious fifth door of the dungeons. And we'll just quickly pass through the tutorial stages here. I just need to go through the end, pretty much. Oops. I didn't know you can actually fail a tutorial like that. Well, now I know. Also, your weapon of choice, or the starter weapon of choice, is a broom. Quite interesting, actually. I actually quite like the broom as the starter weapon, as this is basically a starter version of the spear. And, well, it became one of my favorite weapons. Now, there were chests in that room previously that I pretty much skipped over because I know in this tutorial stage you're supposed to die here. So it wouldn't matter if I picked them up or anything. What a sorry looking kid. Alone now. Rest for a bit, Will. I have you now. And as such, when you die, the items in your inventory is, well, all gone. Except for the first row. That are basically items on your body rather than on your backpack, I believe. That's how they're making it. Even as a mere child, barely able to walk, you were curious of the dungeons. There is no doubt you carry the same obsession as old Pete. Morning, boy. Did our little merchant buy off more than he could manage? Well, listen to me. The hard truth is this. You are the last of your family, the only one left to run Moonlighter. You can't keep pushing yourself like this. Risking your life on this fifth door nonsense is foolish. Just leave it. Find some artifacts, then use your pendant to get out of the dungeon. And for Kratos' sake, stop using that broom of yours, you daft boy. But the broom is actually pretty cool. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. It's mine from back in the day. Use it. I have little need for it now. Now then, get up. You are wasting light. Can't have you neglect the shop all day. Let's see if I can get through your heart as some of the tricks that I picked up from your grandfather so many years ago. Successfully selling your merchandise takes knowledge of two things. You must know an item's value as well as its demand. Come now, open the shop up and allow the customers in. So I figured out that you can actually just sell from like this side as well. You don't even have to go all the way around to the register in the back. Did you see that? Best expression you can hope for. The item wasn't too expensive for them and not so cheap for you to lose profit. Be sure to pay attention to your customers' expressions. That's how your grandfather always knew if his prices were fair. And the part about being able to sell from this side is more important, as you do get thieves that you need to tackle by yourself. And that does save a bit of time having to not run from the back of the register. I don't think I need to tell you how that item was obviously overpriced. Lesson learned. Finally, be careful of selling a popular item too much. If you flood the market, you have to offer cheaper prices on your wares. Point is, charge higher when something is in high demand and in low supply. Take out your merchant notebook. It should hold the information you have gathered on discovered wares and artifacts. Alrighty. Would seem the sun has fallen for the day. I best set off, you'll pick up more on your own. Restoring this shop to its full glory, that's responsibility falls to you, not I. It's in your blood will make us proud. In the meantime, why don't you try out that new sword of yours? Dungeons are more peerless at night, but one can always find better artifacts. Just don't dive too far and use that pendant, boy. Go on now. These weary bones of mine must rest. So we're still in tutorial, by the way. So we're just gonna keep going with the tutorial. I also switched sides because I remember that the map for this game is on the left side corner. Oops. Go in. Don't smack the wall there. So the thing about the sword and shield is that there is a block function to go with your shield, but I've never actually gotten used to using the block function. I always just smack thing and then roll away. The tutorial dungeon is pretty much always the same, I believe. Oops. Well, it doesn't really matter. Go in. Goodness. And this is where I like my room better than the sword and shield. Because this gives me a proper distance to dodge them if I was better at this. There we go. That's more like that. That's what I meant to show, not just getting hit constantly. There. The mouse aren't quite equipped to deal with a ranged weapon. So like this, it's quite fine. There is a slight magnetic effect to you as well, so the drops will slowly try to gravitate towards you. And it is possible for things to gravitate towards the ledge and fall off. So I'll just pick up these things and then talk to the skeleton. They're a person up hopefully far better luck than I. My time is short. I took injury from this strange creature across the room. My pendant all but shattered from the scuffle. Check him out though. I'd say I fare better than he. He caught me spying on him near the guardian's room. He dropped a couple items when he fled. One of which is this map diagram. Whatever it is, I was right. They called me crazy, said old Crazy Pete Dongon lost his marbles. But I was right. Each guardian of a dungeon must possess such key of sorts. All of them linked to that giant locked door outside the dungeons. The fifth door of Vinoka. Sadly, I won't be around to see the door open. To whoever found me, I apologize for the smell. But the diagram should be around here somewhere. Please open the fifth door of Vinoka. These dungeons are not what they seem. Alrighty. And we get to talk to this guy, whoever he is. Big Boss gonna kill me. I supposed to let them all out. Now I have to chase this weird creature that stole my stuffs. Big Boss gonna be so upset with little me. Well, I believe it won't matter anymore because you're dead. But yeah, as you can see, we're just going through the dungeons here and clearing the boss for the keys to unlock the last one. It's pretty straightforward. And this is a tutorial on how to use the pendant. It does cost money to do so. I believe the first floor is 200 and then it goes up the longer, the higher you go. But I know for the fact is that the first floor is 200. And I've also gone in the dungeon with no money. And then I couldn't get out without dying, and that was an experience to learn. The young proprietor of Moonlighter has returned. You look intact. Finally learned to use that pendant properly. It's about time, boy. What are you holding? Is that a chart of the dungeons? Where did you get this? You found old Pete. Dead. See, this is what happens when you chase what's behind that door. Leave it, Will. Just get the artifacts you need from the Golem dungeon and look after Moonlighter. Now, I noticed some posts on the town board that may interest you. Some shops want to move in, tend to revitalize this town. Apparently, they need some startup capital first. Would be nice to see some new life in Renoka. Nice indeed. Grape is such a downer. Well, that's alright. Here is the town board in which we invest into the town or in our own shop. The first two NPCs are the smithy and the alchemist, and then for the store upgrades you can get bigger spaces, bigger shops, I suppose. And then down here on the first row you have a wholesale box, which I don't believe is very useful, but well, there's an option for it. The cash register gives you extra money for things you sell. The bed gives you extra health, and the chests just give you extra space in your bedroom. Alright, and as is, I don't have enough money to roll back into the dungeon, so there's no point to it. What I need to do instead is to sell my items so I can have enough money for the pendant, and then I can go back in. Let's see here, I can just toss everything in there. And I'll take this back here as well. There are a few things I would like to keep, I believe. The jelly for sure, as they help me craft potions. I don't quite remember what I would need for my preferred armor and weapons, so I'm just gonna pick up some of these more prevalent items. What's the word I'm looking for? Well, there's too many of them, actually. And it seems to be easily obtained, so I might as well sell them off. And now we're just gonna go to bed so I can start the next day. Now, as I found out, I find that the selling part of this game, or rather the fries, searching for this game is rather tedious. And, well, you would basically, normally if you were trying to go through this, the way that the game intended for you to do it, you would do one of each of these items at a certain price and then see how people react to it and adjust your prices accordingly. There is a bit of a guide in your notebook here. Instead, for any items from 17 to below here, they're about 275 and less. And that's pretty much how you would try to pick a starter price. And yeah, I don't really quite enjoy this very much, so we're just gonna pretend that I happen to get all of these prices correct on the first try, and that I don't have a notepad of all the proper prices on this side. Okay, cool. For future episodes though, I will pretty much skip through this selling part because, well, there's not much else to it. You just put things down, wait for people to come in, pick them up. They will always pick up the whole stack, so I can just sell it off like this. It is nice that they will remember the last good fries, so I don't have to put them up every time, because, well, doing so with a keyboard is a bit tedious too. And I believe I just need enough money for the smithy, and that's 500 gold, and enough for the pendant use ones. So 200, 700 ton total. I should be able to get that from this selling session here. This is actually a bit higher than the price they gave me initially. And then this one is the same price as the other thing. I'll just sell off everything and close shop. There is a limit on how many people can be in your store at the same time as well. Alright, I'm gonna close shop now. Everyone get out. And from that we got 1,210 gold, which is quite nice. That should be plenty for me to dungeon dive for a bit. Now you will please invest into this smithy for me. Which our carpenter, or a builder, whatever his title is frankly too available to do practically immediately. I wonder if he's just like off in the corner just waiting for us to be like, is he gonna pay for a project? Is he? And then he'll just jump into the job immediately. Alright, hello. Hey, you must be well now, the one who requested my forge. My name is Andre, Forge Master Extraordinaire. If it's weapons or armor you seek, Vulcan's Forge is the place. There are 3 types of armor in this game. I believe this is light armor and then normal and heavy, as you can see by their stats line. This one increases speed, this one is more health, and then this one decreases speed for more health. I prefer the speed one, the light armor, so I'm just gonna put them in my favorite list. And doing this lets the game tell me which items I need and put a star next to it, so I don't actually sell something I need. And there are, well, all these other weapons, and I found my favorites to be the spear, with the bow being an offhand weapon in case I need the extra range. And they also follow an upgrade path. As you can see, they all follow an upgrade path like this. So the weapons follow 2 upgrade paths. One is just straight damage, and this one is a bit less damage for a starter's effect in return. I believe this first one is a slight stun. I don't know what these other ones are. Well, this one I don't quite know what this one is, but these should be pretty obvious. So yeah, I prefer these status effects over just raw damage, personally. I could also pick up the alchemist too, but I don't think I really want to do that just yet. Let's see here. I would like to probably need to go to the dungeon one more time just to go and get enough materials for the training spear to replace my broom. Do I have items on me? I don't. Okay, cool. As I found out, the inventory is not upgradable. You will have these slots and these slots only, so it becomes a bit of an inventory management game as well. Alright. To the left we go. Oh, alright. So I found that there's a bit of a strange bug with the broom. Is that it won't work immediately. Like you've seen there, it was equipped, but when I tried to attack with it, it only came out as just my hand, and it won't really come back if you switch your weapon and then go back to it. Okay, I'm gonna move these stars items up to the top, as they're required for me to craft things. I lost those items. I was expecting the golem there to pick it up for me, or at least one item, since that's what he does. Alright, can you get broomed? Thank you. Quite kind of you. And actually, I believe this is not as valuable as the fabric. Thanks. And the urns, those things are also they also sometimes drop things, so they're fine to just break too. I believe the red ones like these drop better items or more items. I haven't actually like figured it out for sure. Oh, there was a skeleton right there, and that dropped me another set of sword and shield. Also, there was a bit of a sparkle on this side, and it is basically a trash yard. There are a few options for these sparkles, so I do like free items. There's a sparkle here as well, which I don't really care for. The green sparkle is an alternative dungeon. This one here. and it's basically a slime dungeon. It counts as an alternative to the boss room on this dungeon as well. If you kill the slime at the end, it also counts as you having killed the boss on the first floor here. And I don't particularly care for it, really. The final loot on that floor is right off the slime boss. It's just a temporary weapon you can use during your dungeon dive. And I find that a bit, well, pointless when I could get actual jobs from the actual bosses instead. Also, these are basically lore rooms. Today marks my first steps into these mysterious dungeons. They were discovered not far from Renoka, a small and incredibly charming village just north of the crater. And they are quite a unique occurrence. Any number of adventurers may enter a dungeon at once, but no one will venture together. These dungeons seem to build themselves around the one entering, a unique maze for each person, never the same labyrinth twice. One must ask though, if no one is currently inside the dungeon, does it even exist? Now these are the questions. Many right now are flooding to these dungeons for their treasure, completely disregarding the inherent danger of the hostile creatures inside. Just for some gold, some fame. But not I. No, it's all about the questions for me. Where did these dungeons come from? Why do they constantly shift and change? And what are they filled with unseen treasures? I'm not here for the what. I'm here for the how and why. Interesting. Alright, let's head up this way. Yeah. I do have a few health potions available. Probably need to get the alchemist soon so I can get more potions. And get a bit full here. This is a bit cheesy though. The room. I like it though. Thank you. And then over here is a practically cheesable mob too. It's alright. Probably don't run into the rocks. Where are my jobs? Those two mobs didn't drop anything. How rude. Nothing in here either, and then... This is a lot of rooms, actually. Also, I need to drink a health potion. Those slimes are actually... Uh-oh. Goodness. Killing me. Yikes. Okay. I'm actually a bit full already. Well, not already, I've been full. And here is the healing spring, I believe. Normally when you see this spring, the next room or the room right after it is the boss room. Why? Why do our tours keep disappearing? Chambers for precious stone are left untouched, but rooms and chests holding out more basic tools keep vanishing. So, as there's a chance of depositing on the next stream, I'm just gonna leave. Because I don't think I can clear him just yet with just one potion in my room. So I'm good for now. Yeah. This should let me upgrade some things or get some new items so I can make my dungeon times easier. What did I get from this? I can get one headpiece now, or I can save up for one of these things instead. I have enough for the training spear, but not the bow. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and drop some of these items off. The nice things about this game is that as long as you have the items, it doesn't matter where you put it. Even in your chest, the crafters can still use those items for you. So I'm gonna put this back in. And I believe these are all items I need to keep. The empowering crystals are to enchant your weapons and armor set. Do you want to keep those? And the jellies are for making potions. Alright. I am gonna go ahead and sell all of these things up and bring you back. Alright, we're selling off the last two items here, and we're ending up with 2,300, which is not too bad, right? I will go ahead and go get my new spear crafted as well. I'll also take the new oh, I can't, never mind. So I will just take the spear. Yes, please. And with that, I can take this off the favorite list. And I believe this is a good time now to put this on, and also to bring in the alchemist. I believe this is a good spot to wrap up this episode. As always, I hope you've enjoyed, and until next time,